I'll come back. 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 Lurking about your channel server for the past week, here and there.
Well, welcome. I'm sure you've seen some strange things.
I have posted memes, I will admit it. I've done it.
This is a good place to.
Alright.
Wow.
Oh, fuck. Is it time? I'm gonna do it.
It is past time.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do the thing! 5, 4, 3, 2, cut. Hello and welcome to the Barcast where Flam and Waterford's late every week. I fucking love you, Flam. I'm so sorry. Your bartenders for this evening are a non-pencil. Enigmatic Otaku.
Hey.
Fucking.
There you go.
Not Flammenwerfer. Milk. Ravage.
Do what?
Maybe Flammenwerfer?
No, I was just joking. I timed that wrong.
My name's Flitter Priest. This week we have a very, very special guest. I hate to inflate our guest's ego by chance, but they are quite a prolific club author and author in general. We've brought them on because they are one of FimFic's current great stars. We have Cosmonaut.
Hello!
For those who are tuning in for the very first time, hello and welcome from the inner sphere. We are a community-oriented podcast where you politely regress community guests. We politely ask them on, you ask guests, and we make them miserable for up to 2 hours. If you want to catch the previous episodes... What?
You said politely regress, and I'm not over it. We're going to regress our guests. Okay, this is getting kinky in a hurry. Damn. Shit, man.
Man, that completely broke my flow.
I'm
Man, to be fair, I did that to you during the rules, so it's my just deserts. Just deserts. If you want to catch up on previous episodes, such as interviewing John Delancey, Andrea Libman, Dusty Cat, and many more of the MLP fandom, be sure to check us out on places like iTunes, Google Play Music, Spotify, and anywhere else you digest podcast-related material. We are also streaming live on Twitch right now, which is lovely and non-pencils watching our chat. Pencil, what are questions we don't ask our guest?
Sorry, as you might know, our guest is actually okay with the lewd today, so feel free to ask that question. But we would ask that you don't ask questions that are too personal about where this person lives, what their actual name is, what their job is, stuff like that. You know, just don't be a dick. Don't be a fucking dick. You guys know this by now. Please don't be a fucking dick. Anyway, we have a drinking word today. Priest, what's the drinking word and how does it work?
That is correct. Literally, anytime you hear the word today, literary, be sure to take a nice, healthy, responsible drink. I know it's a holiday weekend for you Americans out there. Yes, I said it. But please drink responsibly. We don't want to send someone to the hospital again. Anytime you hear literary, please take a healthy, responsible drink. With that in mind, I think we are all set and ready for questions. Did I miss anything, anyone?
No, I think we actually were competent people for a change, like somehow today.
Good, because last week I messed everything up. So let's just jump straight into it. For those who may not have heard of you before, Cosmonaut, let's do a very gentle introduction. Who are you, and what do you do in the fandom?
I'm Cosmo. I've been around since like 2011 when the fandom started taking off on the comics and cartoons board on 4chan. I kind of ignored it. I'll be honest. When I first saw it for like the first 10 episodes, I was like, "What is this pony nonsense?" And then I got into the show because I had that same attitude about a cartoon called Wakfu, which I also kind of dismissed, but then found out that just by watching it, I could like it because it was pretty fun. And that's how I got into that. So I ended up doing some fan fiction starting out. I want to say for the first couple years. And then I added drawing. I got myself a drawing tablet, and I was drawing and writing ever since.
Sweet. Now then, up next, how did you? You kind of touched on this a little bit, but how did you get into the fandom per se? You talked a little bit how you got into the show, but like, what brought you into this den of miscreants?
Hmm. I want to say it was a bit, I think, after season one ended, where you have that lull of there's really not much to do, and you know that season two is on the horizon. So to fill that void of instead of just endlessly rewatching the episodes, I started creating content based off of it because I liked it so much, and I haven't done writing like that in a few years until I got into this. So that's where that came from.
Cool. Now, we talked about how you got into the fandom. What is keeping you here? What in the fandom particularly holds you down and decides, you know what, I am what they call a horse fucker, if you will. Um,
Wow.
is it
Wow.
the art, the music, the community conventions? What keeps you here?
I guess it's a sort of morbid anticipation of what the next thing is going to be. Is sort of like holding myself. Just oh god, what's this going to happen? What is this G5 going to be? But I wouldn't say what else is like really primarily holding me here. It's just that I still enjoy like the content. You know, it's really visually appealing. They're fun to write for, and even though it's slowed down somewhat, there's still stuff happening you could like look at and appreciate, take part of. So I'd say those two things are sort of what's been keeping me around, along with a well, I've got nothing better to do kind of attitude, like coming up from the rear, I suppose.
Oh, that's fair. I also love coming.
Yeah,
From the rear?
yeah.
Don't judge me.
He keeps readers coming back for more.
Why do you come?
Yay.
Haha, semen jokes, jizz, splooge, yay,
We are
ditches.
literary geniuses.
We're not even 10 minutes in.
Yep.
The hell?
That's how we're going.
Good.
Up next, then we're on this precipice now where G5 is on its way. G4 is pretty much out the door and or done with. What do we as a community need to do to keep our sort of fandom relevant and strong?
I mean, you just keep on producing content for it, I suppose. Like, you don't have to jump over to G5 and make fan art of those characters if you don't like them or want to, like, look at them. I mean, that's what I think. It's all a matter of just keeping in touch and keeping things, I don't know, I guess flowing is the way to put it.
The content will flow.
Yeah.
And last but not least, the final question we've got for you before we head over to the thread, we've got who is best pony?
Who's the best out of all of them?
Out of all of them.
You must choose. We will judge you now.
The rest will be killed horribly.
Yes.
The rest will be killed horribly. Oh, man. Well, I mean, the best is, bar none, it's Rainbow Dash, of course.
Good choice.
You know, it's been a while since we've had somebody actually answer that to defend your potentially incorrect opinion.
I mean, she's blue, fast, walks on clouds, is a wonderbolt, saved the world I don't know how many times. She's brash, she's got no class, she knows it, she doesn't give a crap.
And she is also in Lesbians.
Yeah, I guess she is also in Lesbians.
I suppose I would come inside.
But she's fun. She's just so much fun to like when she interacts with everyone else. She's especially in the earlier seasons, she's been such a little snobby little like brat sometimes. And I think that's fun, that's endearing. Like you don't see that many or you didn't before MLP, a lot of characters like her that were just straight up rude sometimes and really brash to their friends.
And aren't like some sort of like antagonist, you know?
Yeah, you know, like you didn't really see that much, or I didn't see that much of that in like that kind of show, like that kind of character. Who like
That
who would be
lovable asshole.
not lovable, asshole who's just sort of like, yeah, you know, their other friend is kind of being a drag. Like, can we just ditch her? She sucks. You
She
know,
also destroyed a factory to get rid of a tortoise.
you wouldn't see that in Strawberry Shortcake.
Oh, hell no.
Can you imagine if we did? Can you fucking imagine what that would
We
be
don't have
like?
to.
I can't.
It already exists. We've got bitch pudding from Robot Chicken.
My God, I can absolutely imagine the fan fiction that would pour out from that too.
That's exactly what the world needs more of. Strawberry shortcake fan fiction.
Absolutely
Well-
not.
Don't.
I'll commission it.
No, please.
That cartoon was airing around the same time the first season came out, and it was just so banal compared to like what came afterwards.
Oh yeah. All right. Up next, we've got actually a question from the chat. Cyberdrake out in the Twitch chat asks, "Would you lewd an original Changeling?"
Absolutely not. Bugs are gross.
Aw, you don't want the chitin rubbing gently up
No.
and down your dickus?
No, they're smooth and they're gross and they hiss and they bite. And
Well, I mean, some of that sounds pretty fucking hot.
What makes
Also,
that
insects.
much-
and they've got those buggy eyes. You can't really get an
I mean,
idea.
Also, most insects only reproduce with sperm packets.
Well,
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
that means at least you're not going to impregnate her. I mean, to be fair, that might not be everyone's fetish, not impregnating. Some people might be in impregnation fetish. Some people out there might be into that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I would not into a bug. Like, I can't abide by those bugs. No way.
Are you worried of getting some sort of bug disease?
I mean, I don't know. Bugs have bitten me before, and I've been concerned about getting diseases in real life. So who knows what those giant ones can do? We don't know.
It's not. I mean, it's not just the bugs; it's also the crabs you got to worry about.
Yeah.
So they can give me the suck.
And they're falling apart. They're full of holes.
Priest, who gave me the idea of a species of changelings that are based off crabs.
Good.
Rablings.
Yes, the
Um,
crablings. I love it.
Like
Oh,
a
there's gotta be
Splatoon thing.
crab ponies. Hold on, there's gotta be crab My Little Ponies.
There definitely is.
Let me look for some strange waifu ponies. Hold up. You guys can go ahead. I need to look for this.
All right, now then, we're going to go to RK Striker JK5, who is up next. Number one, what is your favorite non-MLP franchise?
Oh, my favorite non-MLP franchise. That's very broad. That could be cartoons, comics, or movies
Correct.
in that sense.
We want to know the real you, Cosmo.
Oh my God. Let's see. I really liked Gravity Falls. I'm not sure if that would be.
You're in good company.
Maybe that would be my favorite because I can't think of a bad episode of that show when I think of it. Like even the kind of like mundane ones when they're falling down the hole. Like that was still fun. I think every single one of the episodes was great.
What is your Gravity Falls OTP?
I don't have one. I didn't really think about that those characters in that way, I suppose.
Only you have that enigma because you're fucking awful. That's actually not true.
Zipper and Pacifica, we're supposed to get together at the end, goddammit.
No, I liked Giffany. Anyway, we're moving on. Have you done any?
I found crab ponies. I found them. There are two things.
Oh, good. Thank
You
you.
look if you look behind the counter, you will see.
Share them. Milk. Share them. Do it. Show them on the screen. Do it. Like now, please.
Happy to help everyone.
Yeah, H.P.
I also-
Lovecraft would lose his mind if he saw that.
I also found this image. I don't fully understand what it is, but I just here you go, everyone. This is also what I found.
What the hell?
Okay, this needs to be cover art for a story.
Head crabs.
Where the title is Rarity Has Crabs.
That
is the title.
Yes, please.
You need some sort of shampoo to get rid of these.
Well, now we've done this. Thank you, dear guest, for letting me experience crab ponies.
All right,
Nope.
we're God. All right, trying to pull this back on the rails because I'm gobstopped. How were the Soyuz capsules?
Huh?
That's the next question. How is the Soyuz Soyuz capsules?
What does that mean?
I have no fucking clue.
I'm gonna look that up. This is my job now, is just to look shit up.
The Soyuz capsule is a Russian thing.
Oh, they're the Russian spacecraft capsules.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I only used that one time to get to Mir, and I've been docked ever since.
So you're into docking. Got it. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm docked in Mir. It's MIR. It's great. I got a 6-pack of beer, potato chips. I'm set.
Hell yes, Mr. Spaceman. Up next, we have Muggany asking literally no questions. Thank you, Muggany, for your input.
Thanks, Muggany.
Glim Master is up next, which number 1 says space.
Was there a question mark at the end of it?
Yes,
Yes.
there was.
Oh. Well, I would say cold, dark, not very windy. Sometimes very bright when a comet passes by. But other than that, I have no complaints. I've got a helmet. I'm good.
Space is just the absence of stuff.
True.
Objectively correct. Number 2, how do you make the worst pony become the best pony?
I don't know if that's possible. You'd have to do like a major overhaul. You gotta fix up the face, gotta fix up the mane, the tail, probably the voice too. We don't know how the voice is gonna be, but that's a lot of work to make it the best. Jeez. I don't know. Maybe a miracle worker could figure it out.
Speaking of miracle workers, assuming you like movies with the setting located on space, what is your favorite one? And why is it Interstellar?
It is not Interstellar.
No.
Good.
We will fight you, dear Glim. We will fight you.
Yeah, Interstellar was mediocre at
Uh,
best.
I would say you can safely discount any kind of movie that tries to blend science and emotion and have it try to make sense. That's Interstellar and A Wrinkle in Time both do that, and they're both ridiculous in that sense. Like, love is not a fuel.
Wrinkle in Time is also a horrible bastardization of the books, which are nothing like that, but that's fine.
Yes. I know. It's just that I watched the film. I did not sit down and read the book.
You poor sweet babies. Oh, God, the books aren't even great books, but they're nothing like that. So
I would assume so.
not even close. Like, not as bad an adaptation as Tuck Everlasting, but fucking close.
And I fucking love the Ender's Game book, but that movie was a fucking travesty.
Saw that movie in the theater.
Oh.
How'd you do with it?
I kind of got it like earlier than the movie told me, and I was like,
Cool.
oh yeah, this is like a kid's movie.
Then you gotta wait for it too, and isn't that fun?
Yeah, then you're like, all right, when are they gonna get to the point where it's gonna reveal the twist? And then it happened, and I was unimpressed, I would say. But it was alright. It wasn't the best thing I've ever seen. I would say the best thing I've ever seen though, probably still holds up is Alien.
Yeah.
Alien's a classic. Can't beat it.
Yes.
Yep.
It's done so realistically. The lighting is great. The stakes are high, and it's just a fun movie to watch. Even if you don't like slashers, everything else about it is just great.
Hot take. Alien is better than Aliens.
I could see how that could be a hot take, but they're the same franchise. But I'd say they're just two different genres of movie in that same franchise. I don't
Oh,
like
yeah, I
comparing
agree.
them.
Agreed.
I don't like comparing them because they're so different. Totally.
Yeah.
One is action, one is horror suspense. Like, they're two very different movies. One
And they're-
feels more like Predator, honestly,
Yeah.
which is fine. I love Predator.
Yeah, same. Predator's great.
So then
Like that
what's
original one.
what's Alien 3?
Alien 3 is
The answer is a travesty.
Look,
Yeah.
Cosmo, do you happen to like Alien 3? You're welcome to. If you didn't
Alien 3 is on the shelf, not to be opened.
Excellent.
I could have sworn I just heard a chest burster right now, a little high squeak.
No.
Talking movies, and I just watched what's the one with the little dwarfs that kidnap a kid and they're running through time? Time Bandits.
I love
And it just and you're saying, number 3 is on the shelf and nobody touches it, and I'm just thinking of the end of that movie. It's evil. Don't touch it. Huh? Oh, boom.
Okay, this shows what terrible of a person I am, because when you're talking about the dwarves that steal the children, I immediately went, if you're talking about Chronicles of Narnia, I swear to God.
What the shit? There's no dwarves in...
I know.
Let's
Okay.
pay attention to our guests.
We're going to move on. Yeah, we're going to move on.
Thank
Number
you.
four. What superpower would you like to have?
Oh, superpower. Total invisibility. He's just great.
What would you use it for?
Anything I want.
That is the correct answer.
I think my
The
top
secret
priority,
ingredient is crime.
I'd be
Letter
sneaking
gets
into so many movie theaters free of charge. So you can save so much money and get the theater experience just hanging around. I have to bring an invisible chair though, because these movies are getting long.
It's true.
Or
very
you
true.
just sneak into one of those movies that have like the heated seats and they deliver alcohol to your chair and shit.
Oh yeah, but you have to pay $80 to get a
Whoa.
ticket for one of those.
What? No, like $30 max. Like, not a problem.
Oh, there was one that closed down near me that charged $80 per ticket, and you got
cool.
like a personal waiter and a lounge to yourself.
Nah, this is not quite so good, but it's
Yeah,
still cool.
but I never went to that theater and it closed down, so no skin off my nose.
Okay.
So it's clearly your fault.
Oh, probably.
All right. Up next, number 5. During your life, did you sit down on your chair and ask yourself, why do I like this colorful equins?
Yeah, I did that once. I think after the first season had ended, I could not bring myself to watch the intro. I had to skip it. It was like, oh god, if I'm gonna watch this shit, I'm not gonna watch the intro. It's it's way too girly. But after it ended, I was like, all right, so why did I like this show? And in retrospect, it's mostly because the characters are strong. Visually, it's really appealing. And the plots of the episodes, while a lot of them are like a little rote, the writing was great. The way they all interacted with each other, the jokes, the gags. It was just really fun. And it was very like honest. Like it wasn't a lot of cartoons nowadays, they have this really self-aware, sometimes even like cynical quality to them, where they wink at the camera all the time to like justify what they're doing or the joke they're making. It's just like, we get it.
Non-patronizing is what you mean.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Mm.
And that's a lot of what I think a lot of people liked about that show, is for that reason.
Mm.
All right. Next question. Glenn, I don't know why you keep asking this question, but okay, here we go. I think it's because it makes our guests uncomfortable. Here we go. A very eccentric man is sitting inside of a couch. Great. He is on a TV show, and everyone assumes that it's his job to provide laughter. His face is covered with the most refined makeup, and the man has a big smile on his face. A person sitting on the left side of the happy man asks him a question that made the man's smile fade away. However, despite not having a smile anymore, he answers the question furiously. What answer do you think he said? I just got this now.
You got it for the first time just now, Priest?
Yes, I'm stupid.
Okay, so what did the man say that made the other man frown?
What do you think his answer was to the question that you don't know? It basically, do you want the spoiler? Do you want the spoiler to what just happened?
I mean, I can answer it. I'll get my best guess.
Go for it, Matt.
So I think he said that traps aren't gay. So
Yay!
That's better than what actually happened in the plot of Joker. Anyway.
God damn it.
Yep. I've finally gotten it. You get what you fucking deserve, I guess.
Dude, as soon as you said man with immaculately painted makeup, I'm thinking, this can't be Joker. There's no way.
It absolutely is. They're absolutely describing a scene from Joker because why not? That's the way our fan base is. Okay.
That went right over my head. I wasn't even thinking about that movie.
We inhabit a
Then
village.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud. I'm proud of you. So you're doing great.
The everyone assumes that it's his job to provide laughter was the part that I finally got it. Anyway, next set of questions from Arconic. So, without further ado, Enigma, you're up.
Give me a second to open up the thing.
You're
Wow.
so bad
God.
at this.
What the
I
hell?
spend all this time to make sure that you get to ask some questions.
Priest, you
Give-
shit.
Be right back. Phone
It
call.
just says he left it intentionally blank.
Thank you,
Ta-da!
Enigma, for your time and effort. Moving on. Alex underscores up next. He says, unfortunately, I won't be around this weekend to watch live, but I hope you guys have a good stream. Here's your questions. Number 1, what is the largest animal you think you can entirely eat in one sitting?
Oh. In one sitting?
Yes.
A wild boar.
Holy fuck, that's
I can handle that.
Have you ever eaten boar meat?
Yeah, it's great.
I know, I love it, but like, that's a lot. That's very fatty. Like, you can do it.
Maybe not an adult one.
You gotta get like a suckling pig. Got it.
Yeah.
Baby boar.
It's still a wild boar. It still counts. I can eat the whole thing though. Like if I can kill off a slab of ribs, I can probably do the whole thing.
Yeah.
Baby Boar sounds like a PBS Kids character.
It does. Or like a one of the Tiny Toons characters.
It'll be like our version of Peppa Pig.
Well, no, thank you.
I really don't want to think about eating Pepper Pig and everything that entails. And
Pepper Pig.
Pepper.
Oh my god.
We're
What do you
moving
think her
on.
name? What do you think her name is, Priest?
Peppa.
All right, so not Pepper.
Okay. Number 2. Do you have any funny stories about balls?
Funny stories about balls.
Yes, Alex wants to hear about your balls.
Yep. Do
Oh.
you have any fun stories about your testicles throughout your history, youth, or adult life?
I do not have any funny ball-related anecdotes that I can provide. I'm sorry.
You're
They've
disappointed.
mostly just been kept in my pants for most of the time.
What
And
about
never
your
even
friends?
had a football hit him.
Wow, you're very lucky.
Yeah.
What about your friends? Have you ever witnessed an epic nutting? And I don't mean that in a sexual way. I mean that in the getting hit in the nuts with something. But I mean, you can also tell us about an epic nutting if that's what you prefer.
Epic nutting.
Epic nutting.
I mean, I too go to Derpy Baru, but let's let our guest talk.
Oh, I don't really have anything that comes to mind.
Well,
I mean, I know it's happened to my friends. I just haven't been there for it.
See, what has to happen now is if I ever see you at a con or something, I'm gonna have to like come up to you and be like, hi, and then I'm going to like pantomime about to like punch you in the balls so you get scared and I'll be like, there, now you've got a story, and I'll just walk away, and that's the only interaction we will have.
Yeah, that would make for a good story.
Well, there you go. There you go.
Up next, what is better, hot weather or cold weather?
Well, it's better.
Which is better?
Well, they've got their pros and cons, but I'm partial to cold weather.
Yes,
Fair enough.
This is the correct answer, because the big thing is when it's cold, you can put on clothes. When it's hot, what are you supposed to do? Like peel off your skin? You can
Yeah.
only get so naked.
Exactly. And then when you're out of clothes, then you're like, all right, well, I'm still sweating. I'm still dying out here. I need water to drink. Yeah, this sucks. You can't escape the sun.
Yeah, I've been there, done that. I had a coworker who, let's just say he really liked turning the heat way the fuck up in the middle of summer. And we kept telling him, dude, just bring another fucking jacket. And he kept refusing to. Don't know why. He made more money than most of us there. But yeah, heater, full blast in the middle of fucking summer. We're dying in that kitchen.
Speaking of dying, Up next, what is the worst thing you've ever had in your mouth?
The worst thing I've ever had in my mouth.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had gotten a salad from a Greek joint near my house, and I went in there, opened up the salad. It was like to go, so I just picked it up, took a big bite out of it, and then I felt something in my mouth that had legs, and I spat it out, and there was a black tarantula that was among the leaves of the salad,
A
just
tarantula?
sort of skittering. It was just like trying to run away from the bowl.
A tarantula? Like a whole
Yeah.
ass tarantula?
I thought it'd be a roach, and not like a giant
Yeah.
tarantula, but it was like about the size of your thumb, I would say.
Jesus.
But he was in there. I don't know how he got in there, but he was at
Enough.
the top of the salad when I took my first bite.
Oof.
So yeah, definitely the worst thing I've had in there.
Just be glad you didn't spear him and eat him. Between a couple of leaves, have a little spider sandwich. Crunchy.
Yeah, I
Did
know.
Did you like tell the staff? Because that seems like a big deal to have spider salads.
Yeah, I told the manager who I was friends with because I didn't want to cause like an uproar. I was like, dude, you got spiders in your salads. You gotta like, I don't know what's going on with your leaf supply, but you gotta get that shit sorted out, bro.
How did you react to like, bro, you got spiders in your salad? How did you react to that?
He thought I was joking, and then like I showed him the tarantula, and I was like, "See, he's still in the bowl." He was like, "Jesus fuck."
Bro, you gotta get your leaves under control.
Yeah.
Get a new
I want
leaf
you to
dealer.
imagine the scenario where you're eating a girl out and then a spider comes out of there into your mouth.
So yeah, I stopped eating salad after that for like a
Yeah.
couple years.
Wow,
It's like if
that's the reason.
People are going to double check their leaves. I'm like, I'm not going to eat your salads, okay?
All right. Up next, we have questions from Muggany. Rav, would you like to ask these? These seem like fun.
Muggany?
Muggany,
Yep.
we're going back up the list a little bit. Right
Oh.
below our case tracker JK5.
Okay. Yeah, let me refresh my page because I'm still seeing nothing there. There we go. All right. So from Muggany says, "Senpai, is that you?"
Yes.
It gets worse.
Yeah. Oh.
Senpai, what are you doing, Delicious?
What? Question mark?
Oh my god.
It gets better.
It does.
There's still more?
Oh, there's
Yes!
still more.
Oh my god.
Senpai, here? In the middle of the forest?
Yeah.
Well, okay, Senpai, will it hurt?
I mean, it is a bear trap. You want to be careful. So, we are in the middle of a forest.
Anything for you, Senpai.
All right, I'll just keep an eye out for bears. They're around here somewhere.
And lastly, how your day, Senpai? And not a question, it's a statement.
Oh, I don't have to answer that then. There's no question mark.
I like you. You can stay. Okay, up next we have questions from Bendy, who has his priorities in life sorted out very well. Number one, can a pony ever grow big enough?
Yeah, there's an upper limit. I think once you're about to tear across reality itself, yeah, you kind of lost me there. It's just a bit too big. Can't appreciate that.
No Gurren Lagann sized ponies.
I don't know what that means.
Oh no, it's the animatedness that just exhibit itself. It's fine. You're fine.
It's fine. I'm just
so,
shit.
As far as pony growth, I gotta ask.
Yeah.
Is it just like giant ponies, or is it big belly ponies, or like which or both?
It's the process of getting there, really. I think
Uh-huh.
growth in general. This is what's fun.
So, like-
I like. Oh, you cut out there for a sec, was it?
So like, and then you said so like at the same time as me. So I was like, oh no, he's just gonna go on. Okay, excellent.
Oh, I now I lost my train of thought.
Oh no, ponies growing big, bellies
Yeah.
or whole pony.
Yeah, the whole thing. Yeah, or either or. It's yeah.
I mean, if you got to choose, you want the big old belly pony, or you want like the giant building size pony.
The whole thing, and
Totally.
maybe not building size, maybe half that size.
So like,
I've got a sweet spot, and it's not gigantic.
what? Okay, what is your sweet spot? What is the ideal size for my not little pony?
2 to 3 stories tall. I was like 15, 20 feet, something like that.
You want Clifford
enough
the
to
big. You want Clifford the big red dog side.
Now that Clifford's gigantic. What are you talking about? Yeah, I think he's even bigger than that. That's what I remember from the cartoon. I really remember Clifford that well. I know that he was big and red and a dog.
Clifford was only like 2 stories tall in some cases.
Was he really?
They were not consistent with his height.
I remember him being bafflingly enormous. I was like, how can anyone
Are
take
you
this dog
remembering
seriously?
the cartoon or the books?
I remember in the cartoon.
It was Emily Elizabeth's love that made him grow.
Oh. See,
Now
there
that
you
I think
go.
about it, that sounds like a dirty euphemism.
I mean,
Oh,
like,
perhaps.
I'm like taking a look at like the size of this dog compared to a child. So let's take a look at this. This is Clifford compared to a child. So is this about the right size?
Well, and you just said they weren't consistent with the size. Maybe some days she loved him, and some days she loved him less.
That's dark.
That's dark as fuck.
That
Yeah,
or she
Cliff-
just doesn't like cleaning up his shit.
I love his big doofy face. Yeah, Clifford's size was never really that consistent. If we're having multiple like Cliffords in our heads, so like I don't know if we can agree on this one.
Welcome to the Clifford Continuum. We need to break all the inconsistencies and plot holes.
How did we get into this
Big
Clifford
Red Dog.
conundrum in the first place?
Why did the
Clifford
government?
conundrum.
Clifford conundrum.
Why did the government never go after Clifford?
It's a literary
Big
mystery.
We were talking of Big Pony. That is how we got to Big Doggo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Big is great. I like Big. Big is awesome.
Big
Well,
pony
then
is
he has-
for sex.
It's
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just
How does
fun.
one? Okay, I have to ask. This is a genuine question because I've seen people have the big pony fetish before, and I have to ask: how, without using most of body, pleasure giant pony? How?
with excellent jokes and humor.
Good job. Excellent answer. I guess I just
And-
need to go seek out like giant porn or something.
I guess alternate answer is up to the shoulder, and you can just sort of parse what that means.
Is that enough? Is that enough to get in there, or you just gotta like grab the clit with both hands and like?
Oh, you were talking about a
massage?
female.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I caught you off guard there, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. Good job. Now I'm just imagining somebody like, oh, I got to pleasure my male pony. Guess I'll sound him with my entire fist.
Well, I have a bit of a follow-up question. You said up to the shoulder. Is that starting from the fingertip or from the toes?
I was thinking of the fingertips. But you raised an excellent point there.
You just go in there up to your shoulders, like you're going for a wade in the pond or something.
Yeah,
Shit,
like
man.
you just
You'd be
dunked
like the
yourself.
plug. Dude, get this. You could talk out their ass for them.
Hey, what was that drinking word again, Cosmo?
Literary.
Yeah, thanks. That's
We're all literary geniuses for all of it. Oh, if you sounded your entire body inside of them and they came, it would be like a cannon.
Well, it depends on how tight you were in there.
Yeah, it's a good question. Like, if they've sounded a lot, they might have like stretched that little pee hole out, man.
I don't want to think about that.
Oh, you're talking about male pony.
Oh, now you don't want to think about it.
This is what we're doing today. Excellent.
Which pony of Generation 5 would you like to see grow really big?
I haven't really been looking at them too closely because I don't know. They all kind of look similar to me. Like I couldn't really pick them out of a crowd. I have to actually look up a picture. What are their names again?
Fuck,
it's fine
shit,
now.
asshole.
Izzy,
I remember Izzy, yeah.
Twizzy, Fizzy,
Busy.
Fizzy.
Inky, Blinky,
is Izzy get busy?
Wizzy.
Oh.
Clyde,
No one's looking this up. We've just given up. It's fine.
Cum Slut.
The dude's name is Haycart. I remember because Coffee fucking hates him.
So like the white one, the purple one, the orange one.
With the smug ass grin. I know that one.
Yeah.
The
orange
pink
one is
one
just
with
like
the
The
white.
brownie.
oh that one, the
It's-
prissy one.
Yeah.
The Kim
Yeah.
Jong pony.
No.
Not that one. Not that one.
Yeah, I think she's cute.
Yeah.
I don't really know about. I haven't really actually heard any clips or anything. I haven't watched any of the trailers or teasers.
Well, you are brave. I'm actually kind of liking some of the teasers, but I'm still hesitant. We'll have to see how it goes.
All we know is that Twilight failed.
Yeah, I don't like that aspect of the show, and the fact that they have their cell phones. They're going to be staring at their phones all the time.
They used to call us on their cell phones.
Like they really could have ditched the cell phones. But, what have you. We'll see how the show pans out.
Exactly, kind of where I'm at.
Speaking of calling, I think I'm going to call on a non-pencil for these next
Oh.
ones because they're yours.
Okay, cool. Let me stop sounding like a drunken idiot for a moment.
Or not.
So I have some questions for you.
Shoot.
What would you whisper into a vagina?
I would lean over and gently whisper, "Mayday, Mayday, the Germans are here! Mayday, Mayday!"
Lol.
And what would it whisper back?
I was thinking of like a submarine siren, like just going off.
Dive.
We're
Yeah.
taking on water.
If this
Yeah.
vagina starts screaming dive at you, you gotta put that shit in fast. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, and then we're jumping into the ocean. It's like, oh Jesus Christ, not again.
Well, I mean,
So
if you're saying the vagina is a submarine, what you're telling me is it really wants to be full of semen.
Absolutely, the nail on the head.
if you call the clitoris Red October, it'd be the hunt for Red October.
Yeah, that's
But the clip can be found. Well, wait, not by Enigma. I'm sorry.
Enigma. Red October is a code word that us like female-bodied types use for a period. So we're not going to call our clitoris that. Just putting that out there, honey cakes. We also call
Besides,
it
if you got a
Shark
whole
Week, just
month
so you know.
dedicated to that, I would be sincerely worried.
Hey, with some birth control, that is a possibility.
Oof.
Now you know. Anyway, I have another question for our guest.
All right.
And it's not about birth control.
No.
My question is, why muscular women?
Oh, why them?
Yeah, why muscular women?
I don't know. It's as long as they're not like incredible Hulk sized, I think that's a good mark of someone who's taking care of the body. They're healthy. I don't know. This is gonna sound silly, but they are fun to draw. Like drawing muscles on somebody, because you draw someone who's very thin, it's just like a lot of straight lines and there's really nothing to it. But you can draw like curves. Like it's a lot of curves and rounds and circles, stuff like that. It is more interesting to draw. And
Now, do you draw a lot of muscular ponies? And if so, where do you post them? And if so, links?
I do not draw that many muscular ponies. I don't think they look that great when you put like real muscle anatomy on a cute My Little Pony. It's
Well, anthroponies though.
yeah, they look okay. I think. Like again, I don't like going Incredible Hulk huge. That's just looks kind of silly to me.
Now, I say this because your recent story list consists in large part of very muscular looking ladies. So, is there a reason you've kind of gravitated towards that more as of late, writing wise?
Just bouncing in back and forth between like what I'm interested in. It's also something that if you don't see it yourself, like scouring through things, it's like, oh, I could just make this, and someone else who's also scouring will probably find it and enjoy it.
So, you're saying be the change you want to see in the
Be the
world.
change you want to see in the world. It's
Wow.
like there's a lot of things that I wanted to have drawn for me like 10 years ago, but I didn't have like the money to do commissions or to get commissions really all the time. It's like, if I just learn how to do it, I can make all this stuff for myself anyway.
I understand that. I've done similar things for that reason. Have you found it rewarding?
Yeah. I think the biggest hurdle though is you've got to get over that initial frustration of I want something to look like it's how it is in my head, but I can't do it right now kind of attitude.
Yeah.
And that a lot of people can get hung up on that and will just quit because it's not happening fast enough. But
Like, what advice do you have for those people who like they want to draw the thing because maybe they don't have the money for the commissions, or maybe they have a really clear idea in their head? What advice do you have for those people who might be nervous about giving it a shot?
hmm, I would say a good piece of advice is don't worry yet about finalizing a picture. Like if you're not that great at what you're doing, focus on making sketches. Like do lots and lots of sketches and study with a guide, having something on hand to look at while you're doing it. A little bit of guidance, because if you get hung up on like, oh, I'm going to make every picture I do a finished picture, but you're not there yet in terms of the skill level, like you'll put hours into a picture and it'll still look kind of crappy. And if you focus on doing the quick and heavy work beforehand, in a couple of years you might be able to do that sort of stuff, or you'll be able to make a great finished picture because you've got the baseline down. Is what I'll say.
We have another artist in our little group here, and that's Rav. Rav, would you say this is pretty true to your experience too?
Very much so, yes, actually painfully so, because I used to go to the library and pick out books. I used to ask for certain books and like just stuff over the years for like birthday or holiday or whatever. And I also used to print off a lot of my references too, so I would always have something on hand to look at.
Yeah, that's definitely the way you want to go about it because you can't
Mm,
just draw from imagination. It's always good to use a reference because
mm.
it's
Oh yeah, no, and I'm actually better drawing not from imagination. Like I'll get the initial idea,
yeah,
but after a while, you don't. It's not even what was in your imagination anymore because you'll hit that point where what you saw in your imagination might be, what you wanted to draw. But I've had a couple of things I've imagined that have just, they're just kind of flat and boring. But if I just allow my creative skill to just, fucking go for it,
yeah,
I've come out with much better pieces just drawing what I knew.
right. And you got to learn one thing at a time. You
Mm-hmm.
don't start doing like you're drawing humans, and then you're like, all right, I'm going to draw like dinosaur skeletons. And it's like, all
Mm-hmm.
right, you've got to go from one thing to the other. Maybe do some specific body part first. Maybe do this first, and do this first, and then do this next. Because it's
Oh
very
yeah.
easy to go into something and like I'm gonna do the whole thing. It's like, no, you can start with like the torso, and then like the legs, how the legs connect to the arms, and I mean the torso and feet, and then hands. Hands are a bitch, but you gotta learn
I
how to
will
do them.
argue I will argue that feet are so much worse.
Uh, yeah, I guess so. They don't have that many more variations compared to hands and fingers too. They're kind of just in that one same spot all the time,
No,
where
but
they
for
don't
one
move.
thing, you can always look at your hands versus with your feet. Yeah, you can look at them, but they're your feet. If you're
Yeah,
drawing someone who does not have your feet, it's much harder to decide how you want to make it narrower or wider or longer or stubby or whatever. It's so much easier to just trace the bones in your hand and be like, okay, this should be narrower than that, you know.
Yeah. I'll
Now,
give you. I'll agree with you on that. It is tricky. I haven't really done it that much myself, so I know what it's like to try and just be like, how the fuck do feet work? And I'll put that on the shelf for another day. Go
Well,
back
and
to it.
one piece of advice that I would give anybody, that you don't have to start out with like a digital tablet. I mean, if that's the way you want to go, save up for it. You're going to need it. But start with sketches. Even if you're just sketching out an idea, sketch out your ideas, because then you can go back to them later when you're better and pull out and be like, oh, that looks like crap. I remember what I wanted to do with it. Let's do this. You know, I pull from my old ideas all the fucking time.
Absolutely. And that's where I started out. I did not start out on a sketchbook. I actually started out with a very cheap drawing tablet.
Oh,
And
nice.
it was nice at first, but it was kind of a crutch because I leaned heavily onto the stabilizers.
Hmm.
So I was drawing like slow motion for a while because I didn't have the the discipline to make good circles or good lines.
Oh,
And
dude,
then
I've never been able to make good circles. I have specific tools in my program that I have the stabilizer turned almost all the way up because I want smooth lines.
hmm,
Yeah, and I've never been able to draw a perfect circle.
uh,
Never.
I had a great opportunity with a previous job where I had essentially 8 hours to myself every day, uninterrupted, and I brought a sketchbook, and that's all I did. I did circles, lines, squares,
Hmm,
shapes, figure drawings here and there,
nice.
and that definitely does help. I'll say that if you can find the time to just sit down and do the basic stuff, go ahead and do it because you'll train your hand to be way better at what
Hmm.
you're doing.
now
Well, no, go ahead.
I was gonna say I think that actually is true in writing as well. In that you got to train yourself, and that means writing a lot of shit before you write something good.
And reading a lot of shit.
Yeah, and reading a lot of good things, but also reading really shitty things can make you a better writer. It absolutely can.
Yeah, like if you're sorry,
No, by all means, go ahead, please.
like if you're reading a book where like I'll diss on Dan Brown a little bit. Sometimes the Dan Brown will use a stupid literary device in his rate like his writings and his novels that
Sometimes.
don't seem to make sense, or it's like you can like parse it really quickly and go, all right, he's using this as a crutch. This is dumb. Like any normal character would be able to spot this and go, hey, um, why am I not reacting to this in the way that I should? It's because it's a crutch, and the author is writing you in such a way that you are essentially broken. And you see that a lot with like writing nowadays, especially in films. Like screenwriting and scripts have just gone like down the shitter. If I'm being perfectly honest. It's
I
uh,
will agree with you.
it's a damn shame. It seems like people who are getting these jobs, they don't really know how to write compelling stories. Like maybe the dialogue is okay, but even that, it's like, why is that
I,
line in the movie? So
I,
current
I would
situations.
I would argue that it's maybe not necessarily the fault of the writer, but necessarily the force of a larger entity over top of them trying to make sure that their text is
Yeah.
accessible. And so in the process, like people are stripping away the things that made it special to the writer in order to make it more appealing to a general audience, which is usually a much more common um, I won't say
Mhm.
cardinal sin, but it's it happens.
True. And I think like writing fan fiction, like especially for this show, is very easy and accessible because you have so many well-defined characters and a very well-defined settings, and they all have very distinct personalities. And you can just pick them and put them in here's the situation. And it's very easy to write how they'd react to it because they have these strong personalities and their characters. So I think that's what a lot of people, they pick up the pencil or they get the get on the keyboard and they just make these stories happen. It's really easy to do so.
Yeah.
And that's how I felt when I first started. It's like, wow, they're really easy to write for these characters.
Well, that's a
Totally.
fun contrast to writing versus drawing. With drawing, you capture a moment and you can tell a story in a single picture. But with writing, you can create an entire world between your first and last letter.
Yeah, that's true. And having done both, like over the course of a decade, I would say it's sort of what you're in the mood for that day. It's like, do you want to get an image out there that covers everything you want, or do you want, is this not going to be sufficient and you want to be able to tell a story like really intricately, where a picture wouldn't suffice, or I don't know.
It's fun to
Like,
combine the
yeah,
two, honestly.
it's
I
a lot of
agree
work
with
to
that.
combine the two. You're talking about making a comic?
No, not necessarily. You can, but also, and it's in a position I'm fortunate enough to be in, is that usually for a lot of my larger stories, certain scenes where I'll describe it out, but I'll be able to commission an actual picture of the scene too, just to and place it within in the middle of the story. That's something I've always enjoyed doing when I've been able to. So I think it further helps the immersion. That's just only my opinion, though. No one seemed to complain, regardless when I've done it.
Yeah,
I
no
love
one's
picture
complaining.
books.
Yeah. And it's
I
not entirely uncommon. Like, I don't know if you remember very well some of like old novels.
Mhm.
Roald Dahl had this a lot, where Roald Dahl would have like little illustrated bits in every once in a while in his books, so you can get an idea of what the Cheshire Cat looks like, what what the characters all look like, stuff like that. And they weren't intrusive; they were like black and white sketches, but you got the point. They were there as like a visual addendum to each chapter or so, and I always appreciated that. I wish more books did that. A lot of books that come out these days, just like they don't have any shred of illustration in them, which you could put something here and there. I just read a really good novel recently by conservationist named Jim Corbett, who was dispatched by the British India to kill some man-eating leopards, and that man has some illustrations in his book, and it was really eye-opening to get an idea of what these characters look like and what they were dealing with.
Wow. That's sweet.
Hey, Paris, do you know what time it is?
Add time?
It is mid-cast time.
Yay! Hey, Pencil.
Hey, what?
We raise money.
Yeah, we do.
We do.
That's right. What
But
do
I
we
don't know
raise
what
money?
for.
Oh, damn it. Well, Priest, we raise money to help support horses at Red Wings Horse Sanctuary. It is a sanctuary in Central California or so, and they take in horses that have been displaced by either cause of land or abuse, and they take care of them, nurse them back to health, help give them forever homes, or keep them on site and take care of them for the rest of their days. And we have a horse we sponsor named Lil Bit, who is a miniature horse. And all of our money that we raise through donations goes straight to Lil Bit. We do not use it for hookers and blow. We give it to the horse for them to buy hookers and blow.
It's true.
Yeah. So how could they donate, Priest?
Well, it's real simple. First of all, there's obviously always the option that you can go and donate to them directly yourself. But that's dumb. Instead, donate to our Patreon, where you can get sweet bonuses, like being able to see secret things on our Discord server,
That
and
have porn in them.
it's true, and being able to join us on game nights when we do game nights once a month. Not gay nights, it's also that, but and also you can donate by donating bits on Twitch when we're live. The way you donate bits is by hitting the little diamond, and you can watch a little ad on Twitch that gives you free bits, and those bits can then be donated in our chat, and we'll read out the highest bit donator every week. In fact, I think we have a pretty strong bit donator this week, isn't that right?
That's right. Right now, our top bit donator is CyberDrake777, who's donated 5,000 bits to horses. Thank you.
My God, it's so much money. Thank you so much. But without further ado, let's jump back into the action because Rab has questions. Rab, do you want to take these?
Sure, why not? All right.
Hit me.
Yeah.
Are you sure you're ready?
I'm ready for anything.
He says that now.
Yeah.
Oh no.
What's a question that you wish people would ask you?
It's an interesting question. It's not one I really think about all that often. Um, I would say, what books are you reading? Because people don't really talk about books that much, that often these days. It really feels like a dying medium, even though people keep publishing them. And there's a lot to appreciate about books.
Mm.
And, I think that's why I like Twilight so much. It's like second best.
What
And,
books are you reading?
I'm reading a couple of novels by David Wong. They're really odd novels, but they're very entertaining. It's like horror comedy.
I'm interested.
Um, yeah, I'm reading his second book in his little trilogy. Uh, the first one is called John Dies at the End, and the second one is called This Book is Full of Spiders.
I know the first one, not the second.
Yeah, the first one was adapted into a feature film by Don Coscarelli, who was the director of the Phantasm movies.
Interesting.
And the movie for John Dies at the End was pretty great. I honestly really enjoyed it.
It was. It was surprisingly like fun to watch, and I think it had a great cast for all the characters. I got Paul Giamatti was like perfect for that role.
Oh yeah.
But the books are even better. Like honestly, I think both of those books that I just mentioned would make for great like HBO miniseries. Just get all that shit in the books into visual form. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, I wish people would ask me more about what I'm reading these days because I do still read.
And I wish I could actually bring myself to read more often.
Twilight would disapprove.
Well, I mean, most of what I read is often fan fiction, so probably not the best goal to read more. All right. So, if you could be any size at all, what would it be and how big would your significant other be?
Ooh, interesting.
Oh man. I'd probably be up at the 25 feet, I would say, and significant other maybe like 35 feet. I think would be funny.
Oh yeah, just walk down Main Street like I don't know, Goliath waiting for David or some shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lady Dimitrescu is just like, wait here for me.
Oh god, no, it's more like you're telling her, "Here, hold my beer."
Like, listen, you're 10 feet bigger. You do all the heavy lifting, all right? You can handle it. I think that would be fun. Because like you're still able to fit in some buildings, but you're not like in danger of crushing people like all the time. Because that's sort of what loses me when you get past like I want to say 50 feet plus, is that everything is too small. You're gonna break something, and it's
Or
not really that.
someone.
Yeah. And for me, like creatively, it's not that interesting when you're like approaching, gigantic like continent sizes. It's like, what do you do? You know, it's like you're gonna have a picture of like the curvature of the Earth and spaces in the background. And what else can you do? There's more interactivity with like the lower sizes, but still big. I think that's why I sort of like that sweet spot area that I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Because you can just do more things. You get smaller character reactions, fun shenanigans with like stuff that normally wouldn't be a problem.
Right.
And you get good photos, like not photos, good pictures out of that kind of thing. Good scenarios that you can write or draw. That would make for some entertaining content, I think.
Right. Yeah. No. I mean, what do the people around you matter when they're smaller than ants?
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Like you'll have a like a zoom in magnification of like dots, and they're like next to a giant hairs. I'm like, oh, that's great. It's really easy to draw.
Right.
I suppose. But,
Okay. Well, that kind of sort of ties in with the next one. If you were the protag of a displaced fic, what would it be about and who would you be?
what's a displaced fic?
Oh, buddy.
Oh man.
Oh
Okay.
my fucking Christ! I'm so sorry
Oh,
for what
no.
you're about to find out.
So there is a genre of fiction out there where basically the idea is that you go to like a convention or it's Halloween and you are dressed up as something. And then, oh no, magical portal shenanigans happen. You're in Equestria now and you are the thing you dressed up as.
Oh, really?
Wasn't there a
You-
Superman
you
story
went to-
like that?
You went to a convention dressed as Goku. Now you're Goku, but your mind in Goku's body and in Equestria. Wow!
Hmm.
Have you heard of wish fulfillment? Because it's this.
Okay. Well, I don't think I can give that answer a proper answer, I suppose. Sorry.
Hmm. No, that's fine. It just means you haven't been.
Yeah,
What's the word I'm looking for?
Corrupted.
Corrupted? Yeah.
yeah, I just know too little about the scenario to give you
It
a
was
good
more,
answer.
what would you want to be accidentally put into Equestria in the body of, as far as superheroes or other characters?
Okay, because like the whole idea of me being at a con dressed as like something ridiculous and then going to
Oh
going
God, can
to
you
that.
imagine? Just imagine this. You went to a con, jokingly dressed as a Teletubby.
You are now a
Oh.
Teletubby in Equestria.
Not happen.
I want to dress up as Poe, and then I'll go to Equestria and I'll be Poe, but then they'll see me as a god, and then they'll establish a land for me called Poland.
Where
I
where
hate you.
Nice.
where is Severus Snape in all this?
Shut up. Shut the fuck up right now.
Thank you
Oh
for
my
reminding
God.
me that there is porn out there between Snape and the Teletubbies. Thank you for that reminder, Craig.
I didn't know that, and now I do. What the hell?
Thank you,
Hey, if you want to
Winky.
hear a reading of it, we literally did a reading of it, and it's on YouTube.
Oh, I missed that one. Oh shit.
You should stay away from it. It's
Of
a
the
thing.
things to miss, that is the correct thing to miss. All right.
God, isn't it though? All right. It doesn't get better from here. Have you
Oh,
ever
boy.
released a foot fetish or porn video, and where can your fans find it?
I have not done either of that.
Are you sure?
I am positive.
I mean, that roofie you had a while ago isn't bringing any bells.
Whoa,
I know, I'm
whoa,
kidding.
Let's
I'm
move
kidding.
on.
No,
How about you fucking don't?
Right,
also,
right.
now there is a post to it in behind the counter if Cosmo wants to feel masochistic today.
All right.
Oh god, yeah, there's the video.
Yep.
I think the only Harry Potter fanfic I ever read was Harry Potter. Oh, it looks like a small pile of smoldering ash. Which
I
is
don't know this one. Is this one worth us reading?
it's in video form. It's
Ooh.
definitely worth watching together if you've got the chance.
Well,
What?
thank you.
I'll
We'll
share
keep that
it.
in mind.
That's one of
Please
my
do.
favorites.
Please do. We have a Harry Potter fan in our midst, so that will be handy. And Rav, you are on the question about Gorklop, so
I
you're trying
am.
to find it. Yep, there you
No,
go.
no. I was just debating for a second. All right. Do you write Gorklop or Snuffles? Because cute ponies.
No, I don't like either of those things.
That's
I
the
did-
right answer.
I did write something that was like for Halloween, I think several years ago. Really gross crossover fic that it was like ponies and thing. Like the thing.
Yes, we were talking about this before you got here. We were actually talking about this literally before you arrived.
We love Thing Pony.
We love the Thing Pony. So
Oh.
I got very excited when I saw you did a crossover with the Carpenters The Thing.
Yeah, I just like one of those things where I was like, I was just doing it to challenge myself. I was like, what can I do a crossover of that would be kind of crazy? Oh, I'll do the thing, and then I'll do Jumanji, and it'll be funny. And I did both of those.
Well, you know, as a fellow tenor, I'm sure you're aware of Thing Pony and what she looks like.
What it looks like at any given time.
Yes, exactly. But what her adorable wonderfulness? Have you seen her?
I have seen pictures of her. That character does not appeal to me that much
Oh,
compared
but
to
she just
other
wants to love
OC.
you and
I
play with you
know, I know, I
and
know,
hug
but
you. And she can make so many holes.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
she is pretty. I just don't love her.
so who is your strange waifu then? You got to pick one.
Oh,
Welcome to the strange waifu thread.
oh yeah, I'm in the Discord server for that.
Oh, so am I.
Yay!
So let's say, I guess one of the snake ones. I do like the snake ones.
Ooh, yeah,
Like-
snake bones
Like
are nice.
one of the Lamia ponies, or is it just actual snake bone?
Yeah, in general, I like them. Like most of them, they're all fun. It's just a funny thing for it to be like combination snake and little pony.
Right?
And
There are a couple of pony Lamia stories out there actually.
yeah,
think there are,
I haven't written any, although I have drawn some pictures. I did cover art for one of them that I really liked.
Ooh, feel free to share. We'd love to show it off.
Certainly.
I'm curious actually.
And while you look, I'm sure Rav can
Yes.
ask you some of your favorite things, which is a perfect segue. So there you go.
All right. Favorite MILF,
Dash's mom has got it going on.
right?
Yeah.
You gotta love enthusiastic consent.
She's fun, she's sporty, she's wearing a blazer.
I think the first Dash's mother we've actually got out of that question, though. Most people tend to go towards oh god,
Velvet.
what is
Twilight
yeah,
Velvet.
Twilight Velvet, yeah.
We did get another one. I don't remember who it was though.
Sunburst's mom.
Mr. Shane.
Yeah, Stellar Flare.
Yeah, that's the one.
I mean, would the princesses count at this point?
I mean, do they have
Somebody said Cadence, actually.
Oh, this is true.
Yeah, like they have to have the offspring out of their loins. They have to open up their vaginas and squirt out a child. So
Yes, flapping Pope in the chat says Cadence is best MILF.
I mean, as long as you put her in the trash can where she belongs, I'll agree with you.
Damn, harsh.
All right, so moving kind of on the same direction, favorite non-pony?
Silverstream.
Ooh, good choice.
She's cute. She's very excitable. She reminds me of, I guess, based or off of the character from the movie. But I really like her.
Star Swirl? Or no, sorry.
The pirate.
Pirate.
That was Captain Cilantro.
Yeah.
what in the fuck?
God damn. What was
It's
her name?
Skystar, guys. You don't.
Yes, it is. It's been a while since I've seen the movie, actually.
Her name was Razorbeak. She was the greatest of the Predimals.
Oh my god. I will hurt you. Alright. Moving on to the next question before Enigma gets a chance to say anything else weird. If bats are the superior pony, how many Anons must we suck dry?
Wait, hold on. If who?
If bats are the superior pony, how many Anons must we suck dry?
I gotta say, there's like maybe 14,000, 1,100, 14, something like that.
Mm,
Is that the number of users on the site?
that's
I'd
a
say
lot of
14.
suck. That's a lot of suck.
Maximum souk.
Isn't it just? Alright. If you could tryst, would it be at midnight?
What does Tryst mean?
Wow. But you have a story. You have a story called this that you wrote.
Yeah, but he said it wrong. It's not pronounced Tryst, it's Tryst.
I'm American, so sue me.
Jesus Christ.
Got him.
Got him!
Why do you try to hurt me this way? Why are you trying to damage me like this? I'm out of my alcohol, and you come to me with this, Cosmo? Why?
What?
Literary.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was one of my biggest stories, and really blew up.
Yeah.
I think at one point it was like the #1 story on the film fiction website.
Oh, I remember when it hit the featured box.
Oh yeah, it was there for a while.
It was. It really was.
Gotta love when you explode the box.
Mm.
Yeah. It's still like kind of baffling to me that my most popular story I've ever made is OC's. And it's like
You
the
and
rest
me
of them
both, dude.
the rest of them are just sort of like about canon characters.
Yeah, it is really rare that just strictly OC characters stay in the featured box.
Yeah, but I've been oh yeah, Some Leech is super productive with his stories. But yeah,
Alright.
Trice to Midnight. That was a fun little story I made, and someone even did an audio reading of it, which I thought was interesting.
Straight to the Point Studios or someone else?
It's gone off of YouTube now, though. It doesn't exist anymore. But someone did do it because I put it in the description.
I'm just gonna send this to you guys. Just gonna put this here, and you guys should go and you should learn. You should practice on how to pronounce Trist. And it's this little button. This is practice, and it shows you how to move your mouth so you can say it.
What? I've been saying it wrong the whole time. Damn it!
I think Google's wrong.
It's okay. It's fine. It's fine.
Am I wrong? No, it's the children who are wrong.
It's
Damn.
fine.
All right.
Oh.
But speaking of awful things, moving from that, why is Spike the worst and everyone that likes him wrong?
Why is Spike the worst? Why is everyone wrong? I think it's just because how they used him in the first several seasons. Like, he was mostly just the butt of a joke, or he was like off in the corner, like cleaning or like sweeping up dust. Like there was one episode where he was doing that. Like he cut in to say something, and like Twilight and whoever like just stared at him until he walked away. And I was like, damn. I don't remember exactly which episode that was, but it did make me laugh like that. It's like they didn't even respond to him; they just stared at him until he left. Oh my god, that's what I mean about like the show. It's just got so many little moments that are just funny. But yeah, he just did that a lot, where he was the cook, and he wouldn't get one or two lines in an episode, or he would complain a lot and fall asleep. It's like, oh, just buy your baby dragon. Like, he's not the worst. He's okay. He got better as the show went on. I don't
know. That little song solo he had. Ugh.
Yeah, that was kind of cringy.
The first time he was given free time, he stopped to smell his feet.
Are you talking about the first song he ever did, or the national anthem song?
No, not even that one. I'm talking about that fucking Changeling song that he did and whatever
Maybe
fucking
Changeling can change that song.
Oh yeah, that's
the only one of his songs I remember because it was so fucking awful.
Yeah, it's from cringe.
I've never actually cringed harder at the show than when it was the national anthem.
I feel everyone had that reaction.
Which episode was that again?
It was upsetting.
It was.
It was the Winter Games one.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
It was the one where they asked him to do the anthem because he was their hero.
Oh, right.
It hurt me.
The misguided fools.
Pretty upset.
Oh, yeah.
It was hard to watch because, that kind of scenario. You've seen it before. You know what it's like. It sucks. And God forbid you've even been in that scenario. It's like, Jesus. It hurts to watch. They knew what they were doing. And I can respect that, even though I didn't like it.
It's like people who try to put their own spin on the anthem. Yeah, it's exactly like that.
I got this picture and I don't like it.
Well.
All right. Well, on to a happier topic. Ooh. If you could start an interstellar war between any two factions, who would they be and why?
Between any two factions, I'd have to say... What's the rebellion from the Empire? The Empire from Star Wars and the bugs from Starship Troopers. I think
that's actually an interesting pair.
I would love to watch to see how that would play out.
I would genuinely enjoy this.
I mean, it was only one. Was it only one planet, or were the bugs spread out in the entire system? Because
there was multiple. The bugs had multiple planets. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, which they
And-
established on like the other books. Yes.
Klondathu, I think it was called.
Yeah, and I think it would be really entertaining to see like that kind of a clash between what the Empire is used to dealing with and what they have to deal with now, which are these hordes of alien bugs that know how to fling meteorites and shoot plasma bomb mortars into space. And yeah, I think that'd be cool.
I actually need to watch Starship Troopers, right?
Yeah.
You would enjoy it, Rav. It's pretty garbage, and it's the best kind of garbage.
I'm doing my part.
It's campy. It's not
Yeah.
garbage.
I
It's
mean, I
fine.
did watch like the first 5 or 10 minutes of it, but the acting turned me off so fast. I'm like, oh, come on.
Oh, yeah.
That it's, no, except that it's supposed to be bad. I love B movies more than most humans. This is a B movie with a great budget. It's so fun. It is, and I say it's like it is the hottest of garbage. It is like spicy added chili peppers and turned it up till it becomes chili garbage. It
Yeah.
is so much fun.
It's
I
really
came for the bug fighting. I stayed for the propaganda.
The bug fighting is great. It holds up, I would
It
say.
does. Like the special effects are, they were weirdly mediocre then, and they're still weirdly mediocre now. Like they
But-
somehow held up at that level.
Well, that's because they had a mix. They had some real bugs that they made, and they blended it with CGI, which is how you're supposed to do it to make a great product, in my opinion. A lot of people just go full CGI these days, but
Yeah.
you blend it right, it's a lot more convincing.
Well, it's like
I
how
think
they did. You're talking about like how they did the thing where they've got the practical model and then they use CGI to add in some extra stuff that they either couldn't do or was getting too expensive to do.
Yes, that's like the best way to do it. I think Jurassic Park, the original, is the prime example of you're using animatronics when it makes sense to, and CGI when you can't make use of the animatronics. And it was perfect.
Basically, it was the thing that the New Thing movie was gonna do, but then didn't do.
Yeah, which is incredibly unfortunate that they gutted all of the practical effects from that movie and just made it silly CGI. It's
Well,
so
and that makes-
unsatisfying to watch.
That makes no sense to me because like practical effects are so much creepier than CGI.
Yeah, I mean, it was a corporate like thing. It was like, oh, the new trend is CGI, and you guys are using puppets. That's gonna look dated and stupid. You got all that shit. It's really unfortunate what happened to that film, but
We're gonna make
the
our-
new Dark Crystal in the background.
You know what the young kids love these days? Emojis. Let's make a movie about that.
oh, please don't
Anyway,
remind me.
God.
What's the next question?
Yeah.
All right,
Jesus.
all right. If dick cheese could be blocked and sliced for sandwiches, how much vaginal marinara would we need to spread on our avocado toast to make a fuck trophy? A fleshed consolation prize is acceptable too.
2.75 liters. Next question.
That's a fucking lot of
Yay.
vagina splooge. Jesus. Okay.
Congratulations, you're ready for Vylon questions.
Well, not quite, but
Not yet.
soon.
I don't know what that means.
You'll find out.
You'll find out because
You
you're
have
a
a thick
wonderful
skin and
sport.
you have a thick skin and solid mental stability. You'll do fine.
Yeah, I've written almost 45 stories. You can say that again. I can handle it.
And meet me sitting here who's written over 100. Yes, we are totally mentally stable. You and I. We
Absolutely. There's a cutting off point. I think it's after 20, where it's
Yeah,
like
no.
you've got the sauce.
The sauce! Oh! That's great. That's marinara. All right, Seton's up next. Number 1, what is your favorite snack, meal, or food stuff that's really unhealthy, but it's just so fucking good?
It's a really good one. I want to say Oreo milkshakes.
Oh
They
my
are
God.
so bad for you, but oh my, yeah, I could just go nuts on those.
Now, where are you getting them from? Are we talking like Denny's, like 1,500 calorie milkshakes? Or are we talking like the McDonald's ones and shit?
I'm talking like Baskin Robbins, like their
Nuts.
quality of milkshake.
Oh god, gold medal ribbon, Baskin Robbins
Yeah.
milkshakes are one of my favorite things, and
There's-
oh god.
There's
I'll
one
have to
left
Try that.
around
What was
here.
that, Cosmo?
There's one left around here, but I haven't had a
Oh.
chance to go to Culver's yet and get myself one of those.
They have them at Culver's?
Well, they have.
Excuse me!
Well, they might. I don't. Last time I was there at Culver's, they had I got a shake with like pieces
Let me
of
check.
like brownie and pieces of chocolate cake in it, and
I gotta
Hmm.
see.
God.
I gotta
it
see.
was really bad for me, and I don't have that often. But oh boy, was it good!
My inner
You don't want to.
Midwesterner has joined the chat.
You don't want to feel your blood slogging through your veins and your heart just sitting there.
It's got to be a treat. You can't make something like that a once a week thing, or
Right?
No.
Well, I
That's
mean,
like-
Culver's does have a peanut butter shake, Priest.
I know, but there's something to be said about you need to understand that you have limitations in life and can't have all the peanut butter.
Are you
True.
sure?
No. But I need to tell myself that.
The
Up next, what is the biggest or weirdest fear you have, Cosmo?
biggest or weirdest fear. I would say my biggest fear is like losing one of my limbs. I would hate to have to live life like one or more of my limbs. I'm really, ooh, that gives me the chills. Like when you're watching a movie and someone gets a limb chopped off and they don't die, like oh Jesus Christ.
It just messes you up.
Well,
Yeah.
spoiler for The Empire Fights Back.
It's and especially like someone like me who's if I lose my right arm, that's it for me creatively. Like I'm done. I'm not going to be able to train the left arm to do everything the right one could.
You've got toes.
Yeah, I've got toes.
What if you got like a cybernetic new right arm that has like pens for finger points?
We're like a couple decades off from 2077, so we're going to have to.
We're
put a pin on
not
that.
actually. There are some cybernetic limbs that have been in development for over 10 years, and they're actually very, very good at some delicate tasks.
Oh,
Yeah, we're on our way. Can you afford them? No.
yeah,
No,
let me
yeah, no,
just-
they start at like 20 grand.
right.
Did you guys ever see those robot arm mishaps where it shows what happens if a robot arm masturbates and it ripped off the thing?
Oh my God.
No,
That was like
I
a
didn't.
college
It sounds
humor
fun.
gag.
Yeah, it sounds silly.
I think I need this in my life.
You want to watch people's penises get ripped off?
No, I want to see like a test where it like destroys a dildo. I don't want to see someone have their actual penis ripped off.
I don't know.
It's
Sounded
gonna
like you're
happen.
into it there for a minute.
When we get robot arms, it's gonna happen.
I'm just gonna go to Pornhub and I'm gonna look for dildo destruction and see what happens. Okay, we're moving on. Next question. Why is bagged milk the best milk?
I don't know. You could milk a bat. I mean, they fly around a lot.
Oh, not a bat. Sorry, a bag. Bagged milk. Like milk
Bagged
that is
milk?
served in a bag.
Do you know of Canadians and their bagged
Yeah,
milk?
that sounds like something a filthy Canadian would say.
Do you know what they fucking do with their fucking bagged milk? Do you know how they serve it? Do you know how they serve? Do you know how they serve it?
They're
You know.
the ladles, right?
No. They take the bag and they put it in a pitcher. They put it in the pitcher, that just in the bag. They just take the bag and they put it directly into the pitcher. They don't pour it out. And then they cut a corner off the bag. And they use the pitcher to pour out of the bag and then have a special clip to like keep the bag shut. Literally, this is how they pour milk out of their fucking bags, and they have special pitchers just for it.
What is this madness?
Right? It
Savages.
makes me irrationally angry.
Those
So many
Canadians.
extra steps for a little bit of fluid.
Yeah, like just put it in the pitcher. Fucking okay.
I too love my cow juice bagged.
Okay, that's not how I take my mood juice.
They also have little tiny bags that they get at like schools that you can puncture with a straw and drink out of.
That's Canadian milk. I can't understand it.
I know.
Oh, I came up with a bad analogy.
Oh no. I'm scared.
They
to
can't
ask.
get it from the teat, so they put it in a different bag.
We're moving on. Number 4. What is your one annoying habit? So something other people do that drive you up the wall, or something you do that drives people crazy?
I can hum without thinking it. I'll just start humming something, and I won't even realize I'm doing it. And if I'm getting too loud, I'm like, all right, can you, Cosmo, can you stop humming, please? It's like, oh, sorry, my bad. It was, you listen to a lot of music and you get some like an earworm like in your head. Just like you're not even thinking about you doing it, but you're doing it.
Yeah, I do that with like tapping and stuff, and it drives people up the wall. All right, up next, Cosmo. What is the theme song for your sex life?
Oh, I mean, I've got a whole playlist.
Oh
But,
God. Okay, let's go. What you got?
I guess the number one song though is by Oasis, called "Fucking in the Bushes."
Oh my God. What?
That's what I got.
I thought you were going to say Wonderwall, and I was sitting here being like, how fucking dare you?
Wonderwall. No. But yeah, "Fucking in the Bushes." It's a great song to box to or to fuck to. It's great.
I love it.
You can do both.
Do you watch
Please don't do
anime by
both at
chance?
once. Please don't do both at once.
Some like it a little rough.
A little, you know, if you're boxing somebody while you're fucking them, it's probably not a good idea.
Anime, you say?
Yes. Indeed.
I'm not really one for anime specifically, but there are animes that I've watched in the past. I would say maybe less than 12. And the best anime of all time is definitely Bakano, which is
Bakano?
Bakano, sure.
Yeah.
Tomato, tomato. Bakano. It's a
You mean Boku no, and then Pikachu.
Fucking stop, you worthless sack of air. Okay, sorry, that was a little mean. Even
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. You're right.
But I have seen Bakano. Bakano is pretty good.
I love that anime. It's
What was the name of the train again? The Flying Pussyfoot?
the Flying Pussyfoot. Every time they said it, I was having myself a laugh. He's on board the Flying Pussyfoot.
You know, I've seen about half of that anime, and I don't remember it all that well. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch it.
I would absolutely heartily recommend anyone who's listening to this to check out Bakano. It's 20 episodes, completed story, start to finish. Great voice cast. And I think it actually won an award for its voice cast in English. And I've only ever watched it dubbed because it's so like enjoyable.
They also have what you should aim for with relationships with Muriel and what was the name of the guy again? It was the couple, Muriel and I don't remember the name of the guy.
I watched Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Winfrey or something? No, it was. I don't remember either.
Winston from Overwatch.
They were what a pair. Every time they were on screen, they were just so enthusiastic. And
they were Jesse and James if they were married.
Yes, and they would commit crimes all the time and have a good laugh about it. It's like, yeah, we're gonna go, we're gonna go knock over this building, take all their money, and leave, and they'd just be dressed ridiculous at the same time. They're just fun, just good anime. 10 out of 10 anime, best anime ever made. End of discussion. Go watch it.
Perfect. Last but not least, from Seton's questions, how big is your porn stash?
Now, answer honestly so that our local porn mogul, Milk, can judge you.
Fucking porn mogul.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
No.
I've got to sort out my folders. Because I wouldn't say half the stuff I use is like, it's reference material now. For just,
For your
what I
dick, got
need.
it.
No, actually, you start passing a point where all the stuff that used to interest you is now better as reference material for your art.
Let's see, properties. Do you want like, I guess gigabytes?
Yes,
Gigabytes.
Gigabytes. Let's go with gigabytes.
All right.
Okay,
21 gigawatts.
It's okay. It's okay. How many gigabytes is it?
See, 1.67 terabytes. Wait,
Holy
no.
shit.
No, that's just the capacity size of my drive. Sorry, it's not filled up all that way. Let's see. How much do I got here? 30.7 gigabytes.
Milk, what is the verdict?
That's 10 years worth. My hard drive never failed.
Yay!
Lucky.
Yeah, you need to knock on some wood like pronto, my dude.
Oh shit.
Or get a hard drive for that backup.
Oh, I've already got 2 backups. I'm good.
There you go.
And I haven't invested in the cloud yet. I don't really know if I want all that shit in the cloud. Who knows what the cloud surfers would say if they saw that.
Final post out in the thread. We got questions from Latrius, or Latreus. I've always messed it up. Number 1, would you hug an original changeling?
Yeah, I'd give them a hug. No, they need some love too.
That's literally how they survive.
I think they survive in other nefarious ways. I'm not so
need
sure about
love.
hugging.
They need love.
Oh yeah, but you can give a hug at gunpoint.
Oh.
Great.
Would an orgy be considered an all-you-can-eat buffet to them?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Probably, yeah. It'd probably be like soaking in a hot tub, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to think of a scenario where Ocellus keeps getting a bit chubby because Smolder just loves her too damn much, and she has to eat all the love out of, or else be rude.
I didn't know you had a chubby fetish, Enigma.
Oh boy.
This wasn't a fetish, it was just a story idea.
It's too late now. We know. It's okay. We accept you. Sort of.
We know
as much as we accepted you before. As much as we accepted you before.
Okay, maybe a little more. All right. Would you hug a bat pony?
Absolutely.
Would you fuck a bat pony?
Absolutely.
Yay! How about Ocellus? Would you hug Ocellus?
Has she been turned into a bat pony?
She can be. That's kind of her whole shtick.
Perfect. And then absolutely.
Yay! Would you hug a properly aged Ocellus?
You mean like
sexual hugging?
Like when she's been like in the finale, like the way she looked there.
Yeah, like she is adult.
Yeah, she looked a great deal pointier in that finale, from what I remember.
I bet she made you a great deal pointier too.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! And last but not least,
that rich Evan. Oh my god!
Would you marry Rainbow Dash?
Yeah, sure. I think that'd be fun.
It could be
I don't think she'd be like down for that, but yeah, it'd be fun.
Maybe you got out a vagina just for her.
She'd probably just want to go back to apples, for all I know.
She'd be like, "You want to put your race car bed next to my race car bed?"
Hell yeah!
Hashtag polyamory. All right, that's it. That is our thread, which means last but not least, it is time. Do it. Do the thing.
All right. Let me get. I have the my itinerary up. Let me take a quick glance and pick one before we begin. Cosmo, we have a person who occasionally comes and asks us questions. Their name is Vylon. Vylon asks very distressing, long-winded role-play style questions, and none of them are okay.
I see.
So we're going to ask you some of these not okay questions.
It's time to ERP with us.
Okay.
So are you ready for some really horrifying lewd?
No way. But go ahead.
Excellent. Then
it's time for questions with Vylon.
Now then, let's begin with probably one of the great classics. You are a rapist, and you have cornered Fluttershy into an alleyway. She cowers before you, ears down, eyes brimming with tears, forelegs tucked onto her chest and a bruise on her side, where you batted her out of the air with a pole when she tried to fly. You hear her weakly mumble a repeated apology through sobs, but you ignore that. Pray don't talk. She squeaks in fright when you grab her with muscular arms and starts whimpering in tears as you glare at her in your grasp. You think that's real cute. You yank her tail out of the way and violently thrust into her. She screams, "Please don't rape me." You can't help but You can't scrub the smug smirk off your face. Bwahaha, you roar in laughter. Too bad I already did.
Well, wait. Is it in already?
Fluttershy stops crying and looks at you incredulously. She wiggles herself further onto your crotch. You feel all the feels. Will you fist fuck her to show your dominance or run away in shame and embarrassment?
No.
Just no.
No,
Just the answer, no.
Well,
Fucking Chad.
here on the Barcast, killing yourself is always an option. In these, please don't actually kill yourself. So if you would like, you may also have that as an option.
I would kill myself.
There you go.
You should have just stuck with your answer, no, refuses to elaborate, leaves.
I mean, she gave me an out. So
Do you
That's
feel warmed up? Do you feel ready for another?
it's only get better from here.
Well, I'm going to try to
debatably.
find some ones that are a little more catered to your specific tastes.
Yeah, sure.
All right. You are a necrophile, and you are fucking freshly.
Yeah, every time. Every time.
Are you okay?
It's just the premise. The premise is amazing.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Try again because I definitely
funny.
broke voice. You are a necrophile, and you are fucking the freshly deceased corpses of your family when Rainbow Dash comes over and begs you to share your father's corpse with her, so that you can punch the gut of your father and make the corpse explode its decomposing juices inside her. Will you let your dead father come inside Rainbow Dash, or will you kill her and add her corpse to your fetish collection?
I'm gonna pop open another bottle and just start drinking.
Killing yourself is always an option.
Yeah. I'm gonna kill myself with booze.
I think that is fair.
That is very fair. Literally.
Cirrhose me, daddy.
Cirrhose me, daddy?
That's a
I
bull quote.
hate you!
That's great.
All right, I think we probably have time for at least one more if you can handle it.
I mean, we got rape, we got necrophilia. Like, what could be worse than both of
Oh
them?
yeah, let's complete the box set, shall we?
I don't think I should do them.
Is this
I'm gonna ask the barcasters if they think we should do one of the other ones.
Well, that does not narrow it down in any way whatsoever.
I like the bus. I like the bus one.
The bus one? Oh, actually, the bus one's not that bad, and I think this is the right person to ask the bus one.
Okay.
All right, hold on. Let me go get that one. Okay. You are on a bus, and the seat next to you is free. A 9 out of 10 hot girl wearing a miniskirt steps in and sits down next to you. Her arm gently rubs against your shoulder as the bus drives on a bumpy road. She notices you getting uncomfortable and looks into your eyes. She smiles. She lays her hands on her thighs, still smiling at you, but looking forward. Her miniskirt slips up slightly. You try not to get a boner. She gets the boner. Will you tap that or drop that?
Yeah, let's tap that.
Tap that. All right, because as we said
9
earlier,
out of 10.
traps aren't gay. So,
It's true.
all right. That's one of the more gentle ones, but I am fond of that one actually.
Yeah, I like the setup for it. It's pretty funny. It's like you get a boner, and so does she.
She gets a boner. Yeah. Oh, we're not doing the one about Enigma and his niece. That's not one we're doing.
I'm sorry, what?
You forgot about that one.
There's a lot of ones involving like children and babies.
Let's not do that.
Oh my god. Is this
Yeah.
something that you have like a roulette wheel for? And you just spin it?
I do absolutely have like this. We're not doing fan coon involving drinking your semen. Oh, we have some oh god.
That's always a good sound.
We have the would you rather section, which I haven't done in a long time because none of them are good. So all right, would you like some would you rather?
Yeah, let's do some would you rathers.
All right. Would you rather have thought fly maggots in your testicles or a tapeworm in your eyeballs?
Tapeworm.
Would you rather take horsecock through your nostrils or feel a steel brush through your pee hole?
Nostrils.
Would you rather sniff your uncle's finger or a toddler's armpit?
Yeah, probably the finger. It's probably not that bad. Man always washes his hands.
Would you rather suck on your grandmother's eyeball or have a dozen naked, horny raccoons humping your body?
Raccoons. For sure. I could make a pretty good Sly Cooper joke out of that.
Jesus Christ.
Sly Coomer.
Yeah, there we go. This guy's on it.
Sly Coomer and the schemiest raccoonist.
Yeah.
Hang. Sometimes, whilst you pee, you get a sneezing spree. When you sneeze, pee forcibly bursts forth from your pee hole, and the feeling is as unpleasant as stopping yourself from sneezing. Would you rather sneeze and stretch your pee hole, or pee properly and deal with the itch of a stopped sneeze?
I'd pee properly, I think. I could probably deal with the stop sneeze feeling. Well, these sound like really awful split the room props from the Jack Box games.
And I suppose we'll end with a very simple, very not vile one.
All right.
Would you rather kill Cadence or the baby?
Probably the baby.
I'm very inclined to agree with you.
Babies are annoying.
Right? Yeah.
And if you miss him, you can just make another one.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
True.
There you go.
She's still technically a MILF.
Well,
I'm fucking mom. The kids call you a MILF at school. What's that? A proper fact, my child.
Man, I love frogs.
Anyway, so that has been Questions with Vylon. How are you feeling after that?
Oh, I could feel like I can go for another round.
Oh, you want one more? You want one more?
Alright, let's do it.
All right, motherfucker, you get one more.
All right, I'm rolling up my sleeves.
This is a classic. This is a classic. I rarely do this one, but this is in fact a classic. You are a rapist, and you have the brilliant idea of supergluing razor blades to your dick for inflicting maximum suffering to your victim. The additional benefits look great. Blood is a great lube for unwilling sex objects. It's not, trust me. Anguished screams make you feel like you have a dick that's extra thick. Internal bleeding saves you the effort of killing your victim, and it gives you a new meaning for ravaging her. You forcefully thrust into your current victim, and she violently seizes, her muscles contracting hard on your bladed pee-pee stick. The lack of screams is disappointing, but the choking sounds and the look on her face is amazing. So amazing, in fact, that you quickly pull out for another thrust in excitement. Unfortunately for you, your razor blades are too embedded in her clamped walls, and they are ripped off with your sudden withdrawal. Along with your skin, you now have a skinless sausage. Will you take advantage of your extra sensitive meat shaft and pound away for the best and last night of your life? Or leave to stop the bleeding and weep for your new wiener without a jacket?
Who raised this shit? What am I listening to?
I fucking hate this one!
Vylon is a national treasure. She is a national treasure, and she deserves to be protected.
God bless Vylon.
I mean, I guess I'm going to go for 3 in a row for killing myself. This is just, it's a new record for me.
Congratulations. You made the right decision.
Oh my god.
So now, after questions with Vylon, how are you feeling?
All right, can we get a mod for Split the Room with these questions? I think these would be a lot more fun.
Just Vylon questions. Oh,
Well, here,
my fucking
I'll
God.
save everybody the trouble. Literary.
Yay!
Thank
I think I have a
you.
drop left in here.
Yeah.
And that is all the questions we have for you today. So I'll turn this over to Priest.
Cosmo, I can't thank you enough for enduring our bullshit.
Oh, thanks for inviting me for it. It was a pretty good time. I wasn't. was kind of unfamiliar with being on a podcast, so this is my first time checking one out
You
as a
were a
guest.
virgin? We were
Yeah.
your first time?
Yeah.
Well, we're happy to pop your cherry.
I couldn't believe how many guys there were. But
Hey.
We get that a lot. Milk, who do we have next week? Or what are we doing next week?
Good face
Oh,
shit
yeah.
fix. All right, we're reading bad fanfics next week.
Come join us as we read stories to a crowd that for some reason likes us.
And before we go, what happens, Priest, if there are no questions asked here, or we want to know that there are questions that weren't asked here, or we want to know more about how to find Cosmo's stuff, or what's going on in the pipeline?
So if someone catches up and sees your stuff and is like, "Oh crap! I wish I was able to submit something for this thread." How can they send you a message or get in contact with you, Cosmo?
you can contact me on my film fiction page. Is usually the one that I check most reliably. It's going to be filmfiction.net. User is Cosmonaut, one word. And I guess on my Twitter is I don't really check it that often, but I do have one. It's twitter.com/Cosmernaut. It's a COSMERNAUT is what I use.
So you're saying I shouldn't go to /MLP and just like type to anonymous, and I'm sure that one of them will be you.
No, that's not super reliable. Like FinFiction is the one I check the most often, like most regularly, like at least once a week, maybe twice a week, which is sort of how I missed last week because I checked on like a Thursday. I believe.
It happens.
No worries, no worries.
Okay. Yeah, if you ever want to reach out to me, that's where you can more or less get a hold of me.
And
go for it.
I'll say, what do you got in the pipeline? What's coming up? What should we be excited about?
Well, I'm finishing up the current story that I have going on. The Scootaloo Springs Up. And I have another story in the pipeline that's actually completed. I just have to go over it and edit some things and change some parts. And then that'll be done. That'll be story number 45, which may or may not be my last one. I don't know yet.
Ooh.
We shall see.
Yeah, because I did want to get more of a focus on drawing. In general, although I do still like running. If I ever get the urge or the notion to write something out, maybe after this, but this was my last big idea.
Well,
And,
I hope it goes well, and whatever your future endeavors are, I hope that they are fruitful and fun.
all right, cool. Thank you guys.
Of course. Without further ado, our highest bit donator was
Cyberdrake777, followed by Shakespeare, and we raised over $50 for horses today. So thank you, everyone.
Woo!
Woo!
Thank you, everyone, for watching this edition of the Barcast. Your bartenders for this evening were a non-pencil.
I said pee hole a lot today.
Enigmatic Otaku.
Some pijoles on the side, please.
Flamin' Warfer.
Yeah, about that.
Milk. Ravage.
No razor blades for me, thanks.
Our absolutely amazing guest, Cosmonaut.
Hey, thanks again, guys.
My name's Flutter Priest. See ya at Everclear Northwest.
Yes. Get